Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning into the channel, and if you're new here, a warm welcome to the community. Today, we have something incredibly exciting planned for you, so make yourself comfortable, grab a snack, and enjoy the experience. We're going to explore The Hare and the Lion, a West African tale, and believe me, you'll want to stay till the end. As always, if you enjoy engaging stories and fresh content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss what's coming up next. Now, sit back, unwind, and let's get started.
Once upon a time, in the radiant savannahs of West Africa, there existed a verdant forest with towering baobab trees, their roots intertwined like ancient fingers, alongside rivers that shimmered like liquid silver under the scorching sun. The creatures of the forest coexisted peacefully, yet an undercurrent of dread coursed through their tranquil lives. King Kehinde, the formidable lion, ruled the land with both pride and intimidation. King Kehinde was not an ordinary lion. His name shone like molten gold. His roar resonated from the furthest reaches of the forest, and his appetite was unquenchable. Each week, the lion demanded a tribute, a sacrifice of one animal to satisfy his hunger. The animals, paralyzed by fear of his anger, obeyed his commands with hesitation. Among the inhabitants of the forest was Tund, the hare. Small, quick, and clever, Tund was a trickster recognized for his sharp intellect. Unlike the other animals, who quaked at the mere thought of King Kehinde, Tund viewed the lion's reign as a challenge, an enigma waiting to be unraveled. One fateful week, as the animals convened to determine which unfortunate one would be given to the lion, Tund stepped forward. "I will approach King Kehinde," he declared, his voice filled with assurance. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The antelope, whose kind heart ached for all creatures, stepped up. "Tund, you are merely a hare. You are no match for King Kehinde's power." Tund's whiskers twitched as he grinned mischievously. Sometimes agility and cleverness can outshine brute strength. With that, he set off toward the lion's lair. The lion's den. The lion's den lay deep within the forest, where sunlight struggled to penetrate the dense treetops. As Tund drew closer, he could hear the lion's low growl rumbling like distant thunder. He paused by a nearby stream, his eyes sparkling with mischief, and devised a scheme. When Tund at last reached the den, King Kehinde was pacing restlessly. His golden eyes glowed with rage. "You are late," the lion bellowed, his voice causing the ground to tremble. Tund bowed deeply, pretending to be afraid. "Oh, illustrious King Kehinde, please excuse my lateness. I bear troubling news." The lion squinted his eyes. "Speak, hare, or I'll make you my dinner instead of the offering." Tund stood tall, his small figure quaking. "As I traveled here, I came across a different lion. He asserted that he was the rightful ruler of the forest, and that you were merely an imposter." King Kehinde's roar reverberated through the air, causing birds to flee from the treetops. "Another lion? In my territory?" Where might the lion's mane stood on end with anger. "Lead me to him." Tund guided King Kehinde to the stream, where the water gleamed like a polished surface. "There, my king," he murmured, gesturing towards the lion's image in the water. King Kehinde looked into the stream, and saw his own reflection staring back at him. Confusing it for the rival Tund had mentioned, the lion roared and jumped into the water. King Kehinde dove into the stream with all his strength, causing waves to crash against the muddy banks. His roar reverberated through the forest as he swiped at the other lion he thought was disputing his reign. Yet no matter how fiercely he attacked, the reflection retaliated with equal intensity, rippling and distorting in the water. The lion thrashed and roared, resolute in his quest to conquer this illusory adversary. In the meantime, Tund observed from a secure distance, his keen eyes sparkling with mischief. "Oh, great King Kehinde," Tund exclaimed, feigning alarm. "Beware, for this lion has mastered the might of water. His power knows no bounds." Upon hearing this, King Kehinde became even more infuriated. He plunged deeper into the stream, unaware of the strong current tugging at his powerful form. The more he struggled, the more difficult it grew to maintain his balance. At last, the current threw him off his footing, and the once dreaded ruler of the forest found himself battling against the river's unyielding current. Tund dashed to the riverbank, his small heart pounding with thrill. "Hang on, your majesty. I will get help," he shouted. even though he had no plans of going back. The animal assembly. Back in the clearing, the creatures had gathered nervously, awaiting news about Tun's fate. When they spotted the hare racing toward them, they gasped in shock. "Tund," exclaimed the antelope. "You have come back." What transpired with King Kehinde? The hare positioned himself on a rock, raising his paws to demand quiet. "King Kehinde has been vanquished," he proclaimed. "He was deceived by the lion residing in the stream and has been carried away by the river. We are liberated." A shocked silence enveloped the animals, followed by jubilant cheers. The birds soared into the sky, singing songs of triumph, while the smaller creatures twirled in the clearing. "However," Tund cautioned, his voice piercing through the festivities, "we need to stay unified. If we ever confront another oppressor, we must unite as one." The animals agreed with a nod, their trepidation transformed into newfound bravery. The river's edge. In the meantime, King Kehinde had managed to extricate himself from the river, soaked and embarrassed. He limped away to a hidden area of the forest, his dignity shattered. He understood that returning to the animals who had witnessed his disgrace was impossible. As he settled beneath a low-hanging tree, King Kehinde contemplated his arrogance and how it had brought about his downfall. His golden mane, now tangled with mud, no longer shimmered in the sunlight. Yet deep within his heart, the lion's spirit still blazed. "I will come back," he muttered to himself, "and this time, I will not be easily deceived." The forest flourished in King Kehinde's absence. The animals, once burdened by trepidation, now reveled in their freedom through song, dance, and newfound friendship. Nevertheless, Tund, the astute hare, remained vigilant. He recognized that the lion's pride was too significant for him to vanish without plotting revenge. King Kehinde's refuge. Positioned far from the joyous animals, King Kehinde sulked in the shadows of a rocky cave. His golden eyes glowed with rage and humiliation. Days morphed into weeks, and his power gradually returned. He tended to his wounds, waiting for the right moment, scheming for his return. One night under the moonlight, he unleashed a roar into the sky, a sound that echoed throughout the forest, sending chills through the hearts of the animals. Tund's approach. Deep within the forest, Tund assembled the animals beneath a grand baobab tree. Its enormous roots sprawled out like a protective shield, symbolizing their togetherness. "Our freedom is vital," Tund started, his tone steady yet resolute. However, King Kehinde's roar serves as a reminder that he still exists. "If he comes back, we must outwit him once more collectively." The elephant, with her wise gaze and deep voice, agreed. "What do you propose, Tund?" The hare's ears perked up as he revealed his strategy. "We need to create a trap, a pit so deep that it could hold him captive. But this requires everyone to join forces. If we all collaborate, we can safeguard our home." The animals concurred, their resolve more powerful than their anxiety. They toiled for days to dig a pit so profound that even the lion's might would not allow him to escape. To hide it, they covered it with twigs, foliage, and a layer of soft soil. The lion's return. As the evening twilight enveloped the sky in shades of orange and red, King Kehinde stepped out from the shadows. His once majestic mane had become untamed and rugged, and though his figure was leaner, his strength remained undeniable. He let out a roar again, this time echoing through the heart of the forest, causing the animals to freeze in place. The lion advanced with the assurance of a sovereign reclaiming his domain, his golden gaze sweeping over the land for any sign of defiance. Tund, concealed among the tall grasses, observed the lion approach the hidden pit. His small heart raced, yet his clever mind stayed alert. King Kehinde halted by the pit, his nose quivering as he detected the scents in the air. "Tund," he bellowed. "Come out, little hare. Confront me if you possess the courage." Keeping a safe distance, Tund taunted back, his tone derisive. "Oh, noble King Kehinde, you have finally come back. But are you truly strong enough to take back your throne?" The lion growled, his pride wounded. "Strong enough, hare, to crush you." He stepped forward, his strong paw sinking a little in the soft earth. Tund smirked. "Then come take it, your majesty." The lion lunged, growling with fury, his weight snapping the camouflage. The earth crumbled, and King Kehinde plunged into the quarry with a deafening bang. The victory feast. The animals came out tentatively, forming a ring about the pit. King Kehinde roared and clawed at the walls inside, but they were too steep to be escaped. Tund approached, looking down at the raging lion. "Your reign is over, Kehinde. You accomplished everything through fear, but we now reign through unity. Maybe this will finally teach you some humility." The lion growled but remained silent, knowing that he had been utterly defeated. The creatures howled with joy, their voices reverberating in the trees. They danced beneath the moonlight, rejoicing in their clever triumph, and the end of the lion's tyranny. The Hail of Lion. Once upon a time, in the rich savannahs of West Africa, there was a lion called Kehinde, the most scary lion. He ruled all animals with fear, and he demanded weekly sacrifices from the animal. Now Tund was a very clever hare, and he volunteered to go and face the lion. Using wit, Tund deceived the lion into thinking another lion was prowling the forest. Guiding King Kehinde to a stream, Tund used the lion's pride against him. The lion misunderstood his reflection as a rival and jumped into the water, eventually being carried away by the current. Although the forest celebrated their newfound freedom, Tund remained vigilant. He persuaded the animals to set a trap in case King Kehinde returned. As Tund had predicted, the lion soon appeared, seeking vengeance. By harnessing the animals' unity and the cleverly constructed pit, Tund and his friends were able to successfully capture the lion, ending his tyrannical rule. The forest flourished in tranquility, and the animals discovered the strength of collaboration and wisdom over sheer might. King Kehinde, embarrassed and confined, was forced to contemplate his arrogance and errors. The animals, with Tund at the helm, rejoiced in their triumph through jubilant song and dance, aware of their combined strength. The hare emerged as a symbol of intelligence and leadership, and the forest flourished in the peace brought by the animals' united spirit.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you found this video helpful and enjoyable, please remember to hit the like button as it really supports the channel. Also, if you're new or haven't already, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications. Until next time, take care and keep exploring.